So we have two fabric art activities. The first one, which is clothing, dressing clothing like puppets or 2D puppets. The second one is going to be fabric flowers. So these are cookie cutter fabric flowers. Now, as for the fabric, these I used for the dolls, to dress the dolls, and I cut them up into specific pieces and added ribbon, different kinds of fabric. You can buy fat quarters, they're called, in Walmart, which I did over there. I also painted some of the ones I have. We're going to start by creating our own template for somewhat dolls or people for the children to use these fabric and create clothing for them. I'm doing really simple ones with a template. You can use any kind of jar lids, and here, if somebody wants to do a whole family, they can do small ones. Older children can make their own, otherwise you can prepare these for younger children. Here is an idea to help children like 5 and above create the clothing for their children if they're having a hard time just figuring out where to do it. Now, I ended up, when I actually did this activity, I forgot to do this because I had created this video a while before. But you can take a piece of tissue paper or anything really transparent, and they can draw what they want on there. They might need some help. Here, I'm just drawing a shirt, an easy shirt, but I'm drawing it on the tissue paper so that way there's room for any kind of mistakes if they don't like it. Then I would have them use a Sharpie to draw, then use it as a pattern. Take the material and draw on top of where they already drew, and it will go through as Sharpies do go through, and then they can cut it out. Now, you might have to help them cut out. I've always found that children have a hard time cutting fabrics, so if they can do it themselves, it depends on the material. Good. If not, you can cut it out for them, and then they can add it to their pieces. But here are some real-life examples. They just basically are using the pieces. They're not necessarily cutting them out for the most part to fit exactly. They're just using the pieces and putting them down. Some of them are cutting. He's using that for hair. And here, this is my 4-year-old granddaughter. She's making lots of hair with glue. She ends up putting, no, that one is cutting things out. But here, back to the hair, she is using some kind of red ribbon, like a soft kind of ribbon, to add to her glue. This grandson also used some of that ribbon. So here are the various ways they are doing it. So here we have a couple of results. The ages range from 4 to 8. You could probably get an idea which was which just by looking at how they created. And then I had my 4-year-old granddaughter, who you might recognize from the before, who she loves glue, and she ripped everything off because she didn't like it, and that's what she was left with. These are the pieces that I cut up, fabric pieces for a flower collage. Now, depending on the age, they might not realize that they can build a flower with different pieces. That was my intention. Of course, I don't know what they're going to do. I'm kind of trying to do the same kind of thing as the fabric flower. I showed you where they built it like this, but of course we don't know what they're going to do. So I suggestive. I put green stems. Now, I did do a little bit of regular pieces of material, which are harder to cut. So I used these harder felt pieces. They cut really, really easily, and you could use them for a fabric collage. I also used some foam pieces, which also cut very well. So you can use either or. They cut very well. I give suggestive stems, suggestive petals, and we will see what they come up with. So I originally thought that they were just going to take a piece for a stem and take one of the flower pieces and put it on. So I did make sure to tell them that they could build out a whole flower. And this is what they did. Even this, I actually have a 2-year-old in here this time also, who also wanted to join. This is my 4-year-old granddaughter who likes to just put things down, but I thought she was doing things randomly, and then I realized that she actually did have a plan, likes to use lots of glue, and I do allow her because that's important to her. And there we have a 2-year-old that I said joined in. So this is the 4-year-old granddaughter. It actually does look like a flower. I wonder how much of it was actually pre-thought. And so here we have various flowers. There's my 2-year-old granddaughter just putting things down. So this was one 4-year-old's flower, and this was a second 4-year-old flower. Here was a 6-year-old's, and here's the 2-year-old. For my free course on ditching the copycat crafts mindset, go to eduartforkids.com.